The power of relentless belief. Listen to me. There is a power inside you that most people never tap, not because it isn't there, but because they never dare to believe with every ounce of their being. Belief is not wishful thinking. It is not saying, I hope. It is the quiet, unshakable knowing that no matter what stands before you, you will endure, you will rise, you will win. When you study the giants of history, the builders, the dreamers, the innovators, you see a pattern. Edison, working for years in failure's shadow, refusing to admit defeat. Carnegie, arriving penniless in a strange land, seeing not limitation but opportunity. Lincoln, humiliated, ridiculed, beaten down by life, standing up again and again until the world had no choice but to listen. They did not merely work hard. Millions work hard and remain broken. They believed beyond all reason. They believed when evidence said stop. They believed when the world said they were fools. Because belief, real, relentless belief, is not optimism. It is certainty. It is the inner voice that whispers. When you are broken, when you are humiliated, when your face is pressed to the floor, get up, because nothing matters without belief. You can have education, money, talent, beauty. Without belief, they are empty shells. But belief is the spark that lights the world on fire. When Ford proposed the V8 engine in a single block, his engineers said it was impossible. He told them to do it anyway. When they came back months later defeated, he said, do it anyway, and they did, because his belief infected them. Disney was told his dreams were too big, too expensive, too risky. He built them anyway. He faced bankruptcy, betrayal, scandal. He believed anyway. It's easy to look at these stories and say they were lucky, that they had something special you don't. But that's a lie the world sells you to keep you small. The truth is, they decided to believe without apology, without evidence, without permission, and you must too. You will be told to be realistic. They will say you must plan for failure. Hedge your bets. Protect yourself from disappointment. These are the words of the frightened. Do not listen. Realism is for those who want small lives. You want to do something meaningful. Abandon realism. Embrace vision. But vision alone is not enough. You must discipline your mind to hold that vision even when everything falls apart, especially then. That's when belief is forged. Not in easy times, not when things are going well. Belief is forged in fire, in bankruptcy courts, in hospital beds, in lonely apartments, when the lights are off and the bills are due, in the moment you are told no for the 1,000th time. That is where you choose. Do you give in to fear, or do you stare it in the eyes and say, I will not quit? Listen to me. The world has enough people who quit. It has enough cynics, enough armchair critics who produce nothing, who mock those who dare. Be different. Dare to hold your belief so tight it burns in your chest. Do not water it down for approval. Do not dilute it for comfort. If your dream is to build an empire, say it. If your vision is to heal millions, own it. If your goal is to rewrite your family's story forever, let that be your obsession. This is not arrogance. This is your duty. Because the truth is, the world changes only when one person refuses to stop believing. Gandhi believed in freedom so deeply he brought an empire to its knees without firing a bullet. Martin Luther King Jr. believed in equality so powerfully his words still echo long after his voice was silenced. Every movement, every company, every revolution started with one unshakable belief, that the world can be different, that you can make it so. But here is the price. You will be mocked. You will be doubted. You will lose friends who cannot understand your obsession. You will have nights where you doubt yourself so deeply. You feel hollow inside. Good. This is the proving ground. Because belief is not given, it is earned. It is not a gift you receive for free. You must wrestle your demons. You must face the shadows in your own heart. You must ask yourself, do I want this enough to pay the price? Because everything has a price. Comfort has a price. Safety has a price. Success has a price. The question is not, will you pay? But what you will pay for. Will you trade your potential for comfort? Or will you trade your comfort for your potential? When you choose relentless belief, You choose discomfort. You choose long nights. You choose risk. You choose failure. You choose the possibility of public embarrassment. But you also choose possibility. You choose growth. You choose to wake up each day with purpose burning in your chest. You choose to become the kind of person who cannot be broken. You choose to write your own name in the story of this world. Understand. Belief is not something you have. It is something you do. It is a practice, a discipline. You do not wait for evidence to believe. You choose to believe. And then you create the evidence. This is what separates the great from the mediocre. Mediocre people wait to see it before they believe it. Great people believe it so completely that the world bends to prove them right. Your mind is a forge. Your thoughts are hammers. Your vision is the steel. Belief is the fire. Without fire, the steel stays soft. Without belief, your dreams stay small. You must be willing to hold your vision in the heat of the world's doubt until it hardens into reality. This is your work. No one will do it for you. They can help. They can guide. But the decision is yours. The commitment is yours. The price is yours. And the reward is yours. So today, ask yourself, what do you really want? Not what your parents want. Not what your friends expect. Not what is realistic. What do you want? Can you see it? Can you feel it in your chest? Good. Now hold it. Hold it like your life depends on it. Because in a way, it does. The life you want depends on your willingness to believe in it when no one else will. When even you have trouble seeing it clearly. When the world calls you a fool. When you feel like a fraud. That is when you must grip your belief with iron hands. Because the world has a way of testing you. It wants to see if you really mean it. It will throw failure at you. It will tempt you with easier paths. It will seduce you with comfort. It will scare you with risk. And it will watch to see if you give in. Don't. Do not give in. When you feel that fear, look it in the eyes and say, I am not backing down. Because belief is not about pretending it's easy. It is about refusing to quit even when it is hard. Even when it is hell. Especially then. Because that is when the universe pays attention. It is watching. It wants to see who you really are. When everything is stripped away. When you have nothing left but your faith in yourself. That is when you prove it. That is when you become the person you were meant to be. Do you understand what I'm telling you? You will not find this power in books alone. You will not find it in lectures or motivational videos. Those are sparks. But you must light the fire. You must tend it. You must guard it against the winds of doubt and fear and failure. Because they will come. They will test you. And you must be ready. When the world laughs at your vision, smile, because they only laugh when they are afraid. Your belief threatens them. It reminds them of the dreams they abandoned. It reminds them of the courage they lacked. Do not resent them, but do not listen to them either, because your life is not theirs to live. Your path is yours alone. Walk it boldly, and when you fall, and you will fall, get up. That is the promise you make to yourself when you choose relentless belief. I will get up again, and again, and again, until there is nothing left in me but victory or death, because that is what it takes. The world is not kind to dreamers. It does not hand you your destiny wrapped in pretty paper. It demands payment. It demands sacrifice. And most people, faced with that price, walk away. But you will not. You will see that price and say, I will pay it. You will choose to bleed for your vision, to endure the mockery, to swallow the setbacks, to wear your scars like medals, because those scars will remind you. You earned this. No one gave it to you. You built it in the dark. You nurtured it when no one believed. You carried it through storms. That is power, the kind no one can take from you. And understand this. Belief alone is not enough. It must be married to action. Relentless belief demands relentless work. You must act every single day as if your vision is inevitable, as if it is already real, because that is how it becomes real. You show up when you don't feel like it. You keep going when the results don't come. You adapt, you learn, you grow, you refine. But you do not stop. That is the contract you sign with yourself when you choose belief, because belief without action is fantasy. But belief with action, that is creation. That is how empires rise. That is how revolutions are born. That is how ordinary people become legends. You think Lincoln didn't want to quit? You think Edison didn't want to stop after the 1,000th failure? You think Oprah didn't want to run from the pain of her past? They all wanted to. They just didn't. They chose to hold their belief tighter than their fear. And that is the choice before you. It is not easy. It is not comfortable. But it is simple. Do you want to be remembered? Do you want to leave something behind? Do you want to know when you die that you did not waste this one chance? Then choose belief. Relentless belief. Belief that bends reality to your will. Belief that says, I will find a way or make one. Belief that refuses to die. Even when you are tired. Even when you are afraid. Even when you are alone. Especially then, because that is when belief matters most. When no one is watching. When no one is clapping. When there is no reward but the knowledge that you did not quit. That is the furnace where greatness is forged. And listen carefully. You do not have to know the how. That is where so many give up. They see the distance between where they are and where they want to be, and they despair. They want guarantees. They want the path to be lit from start to finish. But that is not how it works. You do not need to know how you will get there. You need only to know that you will. The how will come. The steps will reveal themselves. The people you need will appear. The resources will find you, but only after you commit. Most people wait for certainty before they move. Champions move without it. They trust themselves. They trust the process. They trust the universe. They trust that by moving, they will create the path. That is belief. Belief is not passive. It is not sitting and hoping. It is moving forward with no evidence except the fire in your heart. And that fire must be fed. Fed with discipline. Fed with action. Fed with the refusal to give in to doubt. Doubt will come. It is part of the journey. You will wake up some days and wonder if you are insane. If you are delusional. Good. That means you are dreaming big enough. Because only small dreams go unchallenged. Only safe dreams avoid ridicule. But safe dreams will not change your life. Safe dreams will not fulfill you. Safe dreams will bury you in regret. So let them call you crazy. Let them call you obsessed. Let them call you unreasonable. They are right. You must be unreasonable. Because the world does not change for the reasonable. It changes for those who refuse to accept things as they are. Those who demand more. Who see what could be, and refuse to settle for what is. Who say, I will not leave this earth without making my mark. That is your birthright. That is your responsibility. Because the tragedy is not that people fail. The tragedy is that they never try. That they bury their dreams under excuses. That they trade their potential for comfort. That they let fear write their story. You do not have to be one of them. You can choose differently. You can choose belief. Relentless. Unyielding. Uncompromising. And when you do, really do, you will scare people. You will inspire people. You will find allies you never expected. You will see doors open that you never knew existed. Because belief is magnetic. It attracts opportunity. It draws the right people to you. It makes the impossible possible. But you must go first. You must believe before you see. You must act before you are ready. You must trust yourself when no one else does. That is the price. And it is worth it. Because on the other side of that price is freedom. Freedom to live on your terms. Freedom to become who you were meant to be. Freedom to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I did not waste my life. So listen to me now. Really hear this. If you want that freedom, if you want that life, if you want that legacy, you cannot have it on the cheap. You cannot buy it at a discount. You must pay in full, in sweat, in tears, in hours no one else is willing to put in faith that does not crack under pressure. You must become the kind of person who does not flinch when the bill comes due, because it will come due. Life will test you. It will ask, how bad do you want this? And you must answer, not with words but with actions. With 1,000 small choices made in silence, when no one is watching, when applause is absent, when the work is boring, when the fear is loud. Because that is belief. Not shouting affirmations in front of the mirror when you're excited, but whispering, "I will not quit," when your heart is breaking, when you're betrayed, when your plan fails, when you're humiliated. That is the crucible. That is where your future is built. You see, we have this idea that success is sexy, that it's red carpets and magazine covers. But success is ugly at first. It's lonely. It's terrifying. It's nights lying awake wondering if you're making the biggest mistake of your life. It's eating ramen while your friends order steak. It's hearing no so many times you wonder if the word yes exists. But here's the truth. Success is simply what happens when you refuse to stop. When you refuse to be broken. When you hold your beliefs so tightly, the world has no choice but to make room for it. This is not for everyone. Most will not do it. Most will choose safety. Most will trade the pain of growth for the comfort of stagnation. Most will spend their lives explaining why they didn't try, why it wasn't the right time, why they were being realistic, why they didn't want it that badly. Don't be most people. Most people are dead long before they're buried. Don't let that be you. Be the one who lives, truly lives, who risks, who fails, who learns, who gets back up, who dares to see what is possible. That is the gift of belief. It gives you your life back. Because when you choose to believe, you stop waiting for permission. You stop asking the world if you're good enough. You decide you are. You crown yourself. And you take the throne of your own life. Because here's the secret. No one is coming to save you. No one is coming to hand you your dream. No one owes you understanding. No one owes you support. No one owes you belief. You must supply your own. You must choose to be your own savior, your own advocate, your own champion, because the world responds to certainty. When you move with conviction, the universe shifts to make space for you. But when you move with hesitation, it devours you. So you must decide, will you be the person who waits or the person who acts? Will you be the person who hopes or the person who creates? Will you be the person who doubts or the person who believes? Every day you answer these questions, whether you realize it or not, with the choices you make, with the thoughts you entertain, with the standards you hold, with the dreams you allow yourself to have. So I ask you now, what will you choose? Will you choose the safe path, lined with regret, or the dangerous, glorious path of possibility? Will you choose comfort or greatness? Will you choose to let fear be your master, or will you master it? Because make no mistake, belief is not the absence of fear. It is moving forward despite it. It is looking at the mountain and saying, I will climb you, even when your legs tremble, even when the path is dark, even when you are alone, especially then, because that is when you prove you mean it. Anyone can believe when it's easy. Anyone can dream when they're comfortable. But you must learn to believe when it's hard, when your bank account is empty, when your phone is silent, when your friends don't understand, when your family worries for you, when the world says give up, you look back and say, watch me. That is the spirit of relentless belief. That is the force that moves mountains. That is the engine behind every breakthrough. It is not intelligence, not resources, not luck. It is belief. Belief so strong it refuses to die. Belief so stubborn it wears down reality itself. Belief so magnetic it draws the people and opportunities you need. Belief so patient it outlasts failure after failure. Belief so relentless it becomes destiny. And understand this truth. If you want to change your life, you must first change what you believe is possible. Because you will never act beyond your belief. You will never create what you cannot first imagine. You will never receive what you cannot first see in your mind's eye. So guard that vision. Protect it. Feed it. Nurture it. When doubt comes, and it will respond with work. When fear rises, and it will respond with courage. When failure strikes, and it will respond with persistence. Because these are the companions of belief. They are not signs to stop. They are signs you're on the right path. The path that few walk. The path that leads somewhere worth going. So when you stumble, rise. When you falter, correct. When you fail, learn. But never ever quit. Because the world has enough quitters. Be the one who doesn't. Be the one who sees what others don't. Who believes what others won't. Who does what others can't. Who becomes what others only dream of. Because that is what you were born for. Not to shrink. not to hide, not to apologize for wanting more, but to expand, to build, to transform the raw material of your life into something extraordinary. And it begins, always, with belief. Belief is the architect of your destiny. It draws the blueprint. It lays the foundation. It shapes the walls. It raises the roof. Without it, there is nothing. With it, anything is possible. But belief is not inherited. You cannot borrow it. You cannot fake it. You must forge it. In the heat of adversity, in the cold of loneliness, in the chaos of failure, you must choose it, again and again and again, because the world will offer you 1,000 reasons to stop. It will give you evidence of your smallness. It will point to your failures. It will whisper, "Who do you think you are?" And you must answer, "I am the one who will not quit." That is the power of relentless belief. It does not demand perfection. It does not require certainty. It demands commitment. It requires that you stand in the storm and say, "I will not move." It asks only that you keep going, that you keep moving forward when others sit down, that you keep building when others abandon the project, that you keep believing when others forget why they started. Because at the end of your life, you will not regret the times you failed. You will not regret the times you risked. You will regret only the times you let fear stop you, the times you betrayed your own vision, the times you settled for less. So don't settle. Don't betray yourself. Don't let fear make your choices. Feel it and move anyway. Doubt it and act anyway. Fall and rise anyway. Because in the end, that is all belief really is. The refusal to give up, the promise you make to yourself that no matter what happens, you will keep going. That no matter how many times you fall, you will rise. That no matter how long it takes, you will wait. That no matter how hard it gets, you will endure. This is not a motivational speech. This is a contract with yourself. A commitment to become the person you know you can be. Not the person the world expects. Not the person your fears want to keep small. But the person you see in your quietest moments. The person who dreams without limits. The person who knows they were meant for more. That person is real. That vision is true. But it will not manifest on its own. You must build it. You must earn it. You must choose it. So choose it now. Choose belief over fear. Choose action over excuses. Choose growth over comfort. Choose to live the life you will be proud of when your days are done. Because in the end, the world will not remember what you dreamed. It will remember what you did, but you cannot do until you first believe. So hold your vision, feed it with relentless work, protect it with unwavering discipline, and broadcast it with the quiet certainty of someone who knows they cannot fail. Not because it will be easy, but because they will not stop until it is done. That is the essence of relentless belief. It does not avoid the hard path. It chooses it, because it knows that on the other side of that path lies freedom, lies impact, lies legacy. And let me tell you now, you are capable of more than you know, more than they told you, more than you dare to imagine. But you will never see it if you do not believe it first. You will never hold it if you do not grasp it in your mind. So dream boldly, plan fiercely, work relentlessly, and believe relentlessly, until there is no choice left for the world but to make room for you, until there is no doubt left in your own heart about who you are, because you will have proven it to them, to the world, and most importantly, to yourself. You will know you did not shrink. You did not hide. You did not surrender. You will know you lived, truly lived, because that is what relentless belief gives you. A life without apology, a life without regret, a life worthy of the dreams you once thought were too big. So go, start now. Do not wait. Do not ask permission. Do not look for signs. This is your sign. This is your permission. This is your moment. Say yes. Say yes to the work. Yes to the risk. Yes to the fear. Yes to the possibility. Yes to the dream. Yes to the belief. Because once you say yes, truly say yes, there is nothing that can stop you. Nothing that can break you. Nothing that can keep you from the life that is waiting on the other side of your decision. So choose, now, and never look back. Because there is no power in looking back. No future in regret, no glory in wondering what might have been. There is only forward, only the next step, only the work you put in when no one is cheering, only the nights you stay up planning, building, pushing yourself further than you thought you could go. That is where it happens. That is where you become the kind of person whose belief is unbreakable, not because they never doubted, but because they never stopped. Listen to me. You don't need to have all the answers today. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need the approval of your family, your friends, your teachers, your critics. You only need one thing, the decision that you will not settle, that you will not die with your song unsung, that you will not lie on your deathbed and whisper, "I wish I had tried," because that is the worst fate of all. Regret. It is the silent killer of souls. It is the price of safety. It is the cost of inaction. It is the reward for choosing fear. But you can choose something else. You can choose belief, relentless belief, the kind that makes you uncomfortable, that forces you to grow, that demands you change, that requires you to become someone stronger, wiser, braver. Because make no mistake, your dream is not just about what you want to achieve. It is about who you must become to achieve it. That is the gift of the journey. It does not leave you as it found you. It carves you, shapes you, tests you, burns away the weakness, exposes the lies you tell yourself, reveals what you really want, and it will demand all of you. Your time, your energy, your focus, your commitment. And you must be willing to pay, because nothing great was ever built on half measures. No one ever changed the world by kind of wanting it. You must want it like you want air in your lungs. You must want it enough to sacrifice, enough to endure, enough to be patient when results are slow, enough to keep going when you're tired, enough to rise every time you fall. That is the price. But here's the reward. A life on your terms, a legacy that echoes, the deep, unshakable pride of knowing you did not betray yourself, that you honored the dream that was given to you and no one else. Because your vision is yours for a reason. It was given to you because you are the one who can bring it to life. No one else will do it for you. No one else can. It's yours. So own it. Stop waiting. Stop hiding. Stop pretending you're okay with less. You're not. You know it. You feel it in the pit of your stomach. That gnawing discomfort, that is your potential screaming at you to move, to act, to do the thing you keep putting off, to finally become who you were meant to be. So listen to it. Honor it. Trust it. Because your dreams are not random. They are your calling, your responsibility, your mission, and you will not fulfill them with doubt. You will not fulfill them with fear. You will not fulfill them with excuses, only with belief. Belief so powerful it makes the impossible possible. Belief so relentless it refuses to die. Belief so contagious it inspires others to rise with you, because that's the final truth. Your belief doesn't just change you, it changes everyone around you. It gives permission to those who have given up. It lights the way for those still lost in darkness. It becomes a beacon, a testament, proof that it can be done. And there is no greater gift you can give the world than to show what is possible. So don't do it just for you. Do it for them, for the ones watching, for the ones who will come after you, for the ones who need to see someone go first, someone who didn't quit, someone who didn't bow, someone who didn't shrink to make others comfortable, someone who believed, truly, relentlessly, unapologetically. That is your power. That is your responsibility. That is your legacy. So stand up, take the first step, say yes, and don't look back, because this is your moment, your time, your chance to become who you were meant to be, and the only thing standing in your way is the decision to believe. So make it, right now. Choose belief, choose relentless, unbreakable, unshakable belief, and then go prove it, not to them, not to the world, but to yourself, because in the end, that is the only approval that matters. The knowledge that you saw what you could be, and you became it, that you did not run, that you did not hide, that you did not stop, that you believed, and that belief carried you all the way home.